Yo, 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 what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Mad love and respect for passing through to today's video. What is it that we are going to be discussing right now? The book map and Bitcoin. Now, a lot of people have been asking me this question. Tino, I don't understand what it is you are actually doing here. You seem to be screaming and shouting during the New York session, and I'm trying to make sense of what it is that you are actually looking for when you're using book map in relation to Bitcoin's price. What is it that you can see that for a new person coming into the channel, what would they need to be paying attention to? Well, firstly, let me just break it down for you. The book map is where limit orders are placed. Okay, so on the right side of the chart right here, you can see that we've got numbers. Each of these numbers represents a Bitcoin order that is coming into the order book, represented by the company of Binance. So this is Binance's order book. We can see we've got 984 Bitcoin at the top here that has yet to be filled. Below that, we've got 74 Bitcoin that has yet to be filled. Now, these are the sell orders. Down below, we have the buy orders. So that tells us there's 87 Bitcoin down here at 28,200. Down here, we got 402 Bitcoin waiting to be filled. And then, of course, as we go closer and closer towards the bid and the ask, we have all these orders being absorbed. Okay? This place in the chart, okay, is an auction. And this is where buyers and sellers step in at particular points in time. Now, our goal as traders is to try and understand the relationship between the buyers and the sellers and who's going to win at a certain point in time. But it's not just that simple. You see, if we actually expand the book map out, ladies and gentlemen, and we go back in time a little bit, we are able to understand the relationship between who's really in control when price drops to the downside and when it does actually move to the upside. These orange areas and these yellow points and these blue markers, as you can see all over the place, these are representations of orders that have been filled or orders that have been cancelled in the charts. You see, just because there's an order right there of 986 Bitcoin, it doesn't mean that it's going to get filled. What that's doing is it's telling me that there is 986 Bitcoin stacked at 29,500. In other words, this is where sellers will get active at this point. Now, although price is stacked at 28,820 right now, the principle would say that if Mr. Market Maker wants to try and tap some liquidity, he knows that he's going to get 986 Bitcoin sell orders up here, and down below he's going to be activating 384 Bitcoin buy orders at the 28,400 zone. So at a basic level, ladies and gentlemen, looking at the chart, we can establish that there is liquidity in front of us. Now, if we zoom out, of course, we're going to see different levels of liquidity and different commitment from traders. You can see that in this area where you got the orange above and below, this is where orders have been placed and where they have been cancelled, because at every moment that happens in the chart, the market itself is trying to test where the commitment of traders is going to come in. Now, we understand something about Mr. Market Maker. All right. Now, you hear me talking about a couple of concepts in the charts in relation to the bid and the ask and the delta. Now, each of these bubbles right here, ladies and gentlemen, represents the delta. OK, so if you go into the settings of the book map itself and we go to the volume dots, we can set it so it shows volume delta buy minus sell. OK, now the thing you've got to understand about the delta is it's the net buys over the net sells, and who is winning at that point in time. You see, the delta is a little bit misleading because the principle would say that if the delta is coming in aggressively to the downside, then you would understand that the power is in the seller's hands. Which, if we take the market maker's business model, we would say to ourselves, hold on a second, if the net buys and sells is showing that there are more sellers coming into the chart, then the power of the move would imply that price is going to go lower. So why is it every time the delta is at its highest point, it always reverses, whether it's to the upside or to the downside? Now, some of you may be familiar with the idea of exo charts. Okay, so let me bring this up for you. In front of you is the exo charts platform. All right. Now, I don't really make reference to this too much, but I can see where the points of delta, which are shown down below right here, Okay, I can see where I'm going to understand where the delta is going to be at its most by just simply paying attention to the book map in terms of the delta that is provided by these big bubbles right here. So here's an example. Let's just look at this zone right here. You can see the bid and the ask between this candlestick right here is showing that the market is hitting the bids. So if you notice, you can see 437, 1.3, 1.7, 1.4. Then it gets a little bit more concentrated with 3.8, 4.1, 3.7, and 4.6. To the market, we see that as price is dropping down and the bids are being smacked to the downside. That means they are hitting the bids. So the market is coming in and everyone is selling at this point. But in order for the bids to be hit, price needs to be purchased. So you can't bid if there is no one buying. You can't sell if no one is buying. The only person that is buying when price is dropping down aggressively is the market maker. Who is buying 1.7 million, 1.4, 1.8, 3.8, 4.1 and 3.7 million dollars worth of Bitcoin? No one other than the market maker. Because principle says that retail traders don't buy when this happens. They buy when this happens. Because they want to make sure that they're not buying as price is dropping down lower. Now, of course, the guys as holders of dollar cost average, they ain't going to be interested in what Bitcoin does. If they buy in Bitcoin at 28,000, it shoots all the way back up to 28,900. That's irrelevant for the holder. He's looking at the bigger time frame of things. But what I'm saying to you is when you see these aggressive drops to the downside, you are understanding that the market maker is buying up at this point because he is maintaining the continuous ebb and flow in the marketplace. In other words, when someone is selling, market maker's buying. When someone is buying, market maker is selling. Take your attention down to the delta itself. You've heard me say about the percentages in delta, and you can see that here we've got 41%, minus 41%, 55%, 40% and 40% right here. That's telling me that the market maker is hitting the bids aggressively, giving the idea that traders are selling. So anyone that is using exo charts may come to the understanding that price is coming to the downside and that the selling pressure is high. But there's a problem. You see, if I'm going to come to the charts and move it over here and say, and just only consider this point in the chart, and I see the delta coming in aggressively at 41%, 55%, I'm going to go short because as a retail trader, I'm seeing that price is dropping down aggressively and there are more sellers than there are buyers. So I trade on that basis. Price then reverses back up and kind of like shakes me out or puts me in a situation. Then I see it again. It hits the lows and the delta is increasing, minus 40%, minus 40%. And I'm looking at it saying, right, there is a lot of pressure right now from the sellers. I'm going to go short. I'm going to go short. And then before you know it, price reverts all the way back up again and shakes out all the guys that had gone short in this area here and took out their liquidations, hit their margins to put them in a situation where they believe price is going to continue higher and then takes them out again by moving price down lower again. You see, the way I translate the impression of delta is if they are hitting a zone of interest with aggressiveness, and I'm seeing high delta readings to the downside, I know Mr. Market Maker is getting ready to turn price. You see, in this chart right here, he was giving the idea that things were going to change anyway. Now, yes, I may be speaking in hindsight, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone is a master when it comes to hindsight. Go back in the streams, guys, and you'll hear it exactly playing out in real time. I'm giving you the concept of how to approach the charts. When you see on the book map, there are big delta bubbles happening to the downside. So the 27th of May at 7 o'clock yesterday. Let's go to it. 27th of May at 7 o'clock. You can see at this point right here, there you go. So this is the zone right here. The delta was coming down. Aggressive bubbles. 887 Bitcoins being picked up. Then, of course, 1,139. It goes down more. 568. 760. We go even lower. 846. And we have a big one here. 3,683 Bitcoin smacked up in that range. Then it reverses back out. We can use that information to understand if they're going to turn from one point to the next by simply understanding that the delta, when it's negative, is being hit to the bids because the market maker is allowing the retail trader to sell. You're telling me that retail that saw this big drop to the downside, millions and millions of dollars worth of orders were coming in to sell Bitcoin because they were believing that Bitcoin was going to completely tank and go to the downside. But just look at what was going on. You see, this is where the delta comes in to understand price movement to the upside. They were containing the range right here. You can see 51%. So the market maker's trying to hold the range. He was also initiating stop hunts at this point. He then marks it down lower. Now the delta disappears. Okay? The delta disappears, and then the moment you start seeing the delta increasing, we've got ourselves a little bit of divergences in the delta right here, which you can see right there, where price closes positive and the delta is still negative. That's Mr. Market Maker showing his hand. Go to the book map itself, and you can see down at the lows right here, inside of this point. So at that point in time, I'll bring it up for you. At that point in time was 25 minutes past 7, and we go to 25 minutes past 7, and it was in this area here. Where is it? 25 minutes past 7 will take us into this zone right here. You can see that he was slowing down with his delta, diving closer and closer. And you can see, if I bring it out for you, you will see, oh goodness, there we go, on the book map, that at this point right here, at 25 past 7, 892 Bitcoin was picked up at this point. They had already picked up 3,500 here, and then it started to slow down. Started to get smaller and smaller. They did the damage here. They convinced the traders short. But if you notice these areas here, and especially this area here, this is where traders' interest came in. You see, these little spots in the chart right here are designed to make us understand that if the orders are coming in and being cancelled and placed, that means there's interest at this point, which is where the market would lead price to go lower to only trap traders and reverse it back up as well. It is difficult when you first watch it, ladies and gentlemen. But when you spend more time watching the book map, or you spend time watching the exo charts and paying attention to the points in the chart where the delta changes. Look at delta here. Just to put this into perspective, look at the delta here. 34%, 48%. Bitcoin is moving up. Remember, when they're lifting the ask, it's the market maker selling into premium. Okay? So the delta now is showing that there is strength. The buyers have taken control. No, they haven't. Because price comes all the way back down again. This is what I'm saying. When you see price aggressively moving up and the delta is positive, it gives the idea that the market is rising because the buyers are stepping in. No, the sellers are stepping in because it's the seller that is going to be controlling how long the buyer can buy for. Because when Mr. Market Maker rinses price to the upside, he's building his shorts by selling his longs that he had previously built by trapping the traders short. So then he moves price up and up and up and up, and then finalizes at this point where he sells into premium. $4.8 million worth of longs were opened at the ask. That's where Mr. Market Maker shows his hand and reverses price down aggressively, ladies and gentlemen. At this point right here, you can see it's at the v-wap. We understand something about the v-wap, ladies and gentlemen, which is shown right here in the chart, where they had aggressively come back up above the v-wap for them to only come back down again. The v-wap itself is a good indication of where price is likely to end up throughout the session. Okay? It's the volume weighted average. Now, what I'm trying to say to you guys is, you don't have to get this platform. You don't have to get exo charts. You can simply use the hybrid system to understand the nature of Mr. Market Maker's behavior. Look, big green vector candle appearing to the upside. Okay, we know Mr. Market Maker operates at building shorts in this zone. If we go closer and closer into the chart itself, you'll have a good understanding of what I mean when they're trying to work the highs, as you can see right here. Here it is. Mr. Market Maker hits price. 1, 2, 3 hits to the high. 4 even. They can't get above the 800 EMA. Look left and they have recovered some previous vectors. Remember, whenever they hit previous vector points, they are hitting previous pools of liquidity that they have been building their positions from. So they are releasing that liquidity. They've come back up into that point because they know that they can grab people's attention from that point in the chart. And what attention they're going to get? Buyers, and they need those buyers so that they can sell into them the previous orders that they had been building on the way down. This here is the relationship between the bid and the ask. When the bids are being hit aggressively, ladies and gentlemen, it tells us that Mr. Market Maker is going long. Because when price drops lower, retail is selling at that point because they sell at discount. You sell at premium. I hope that makes sense for you, ladies and gentlemen, just to bring you into a little bit of an understanding of when I'm screaming and shouting at the chart in the book map. You're going to understand when I'm making reference to the idea that the delta is increasing to the upside. Be mindful. This may be a stop hunt. Look at the delta. It's positive at this point. Let me give you another example up here on the XO charts. So look at this. Look at the delta starting to rise from this point. You've got 44% right there, 40%. Notice when the delta appears. It always appears at the discount point, and then it's at its maximum at the highest point in the chart where he's trapping the retail trader by selling into them at a premium. So look, 44% starting at the lowest point, 40% again, then the 26%, then it starts to slow down, then he hits it one more time, 24% and 21% before he decides to revert. You got some divergence right there when price closes negatively and the delta itself is positive. So that's a market maker movement right there. Let's go to another high point in the chart. Look at this. The delta starting at the lowest point. This is where Mr. Market Maker is buying at a discount. So 45%, 44%, 55%, the delta's increasing, they're lifting the ask. Retail traders now stepping in, but he's also running in for the liquidations of the shorts for the traders who went short earlier on by witnessing the delta going negative. Okay? He goes up, he keeps on going and contains price, consolidates a little bit, adds more. 34% at the highest point. We go closer into there without paying attention too much to it. We know that at 34%, we know that at that point in time, Market Maker would have trapped enough traders with the belief that it was going higher at that point. You zoom closer and closer and you can see 4.2 million at that point, 6.5 million. Market Maker is selling into premium. He's got buyers in this area. What's being shown? Buyers are hitting the price. Sellers, buyers, bids, ask. So he's selling into these players. You ask yourself, hold on a second, how is it that price has gone up so aggressively? 6.5 million, 2.5 million, 4.2 million, yet Bitcoin isn't going higher. What's going on? Because this is what happens when the market maker sells into the traders that are coming in the idea that price is moving up and they're buying and they don't want to miss out on a nice big move to the upside. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to the channel and I've completely surprised you and you are like, whoa, what on earth is that? Go back in the charts, go back in the streams and watch the previous streams, guys, because that's exactly where I dive into it in real time. Yes, I'm talking in hindsight, okay? I know I'm talking in hindsight. But all I'm saying to you is go back in the streams and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about because I make reference to it every single day. And then, of course, Steve calls, which also gives us the movement. Unfortunately, I'm not able to factor in Steve calling in ExoCharts, neither in bookmap itself, but we kind of understand the narrative of Steve when he calls during or before the futures markets open. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to like and subscribe. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Throw some questions in the comments, man, because I know this stuff is kind of difficult for the new trader coming into cryptocurrency. And this is really for the guys that have been with me for a little while, wanting to understand it a little bit more and a little bit of an introduction to the terminology that I use when I am actually talking about price in the live streams. Okay? Mad love and respect to you guys, and I will check in with you all tomorrow to bring in the levels for Sunday. Mad love and respect to you all. Peace.